It's not an easy thing to make good people, not even for God. Shalom, my friends. Yes, making good people is not easy. My belief is that even God tried 3 times to make people good, and we are part of that 3rd attempt. But let me not get ahead of myself. There's a very sad passage in chapter 6 in Genesis. God had finished the creation of the universe and found it to be very good. But there was a problem: human behavior. Genesis tells us that God regretted making humanity. Had God made a mistake?
Hey, God don't make no mistakes. That's how we got to be God.
No, I don't think God made a mistake. But his first attempt at making us moral didn't work out. It was the fault of humanity, not the fault of God. God gave us a conscience. But as I said in my last video, our emotions, in this case, anger and jealousy, can override the conscience. So in Genesis, Cain murdered his brother Abel. We can tell he knew he had done wrong when God asked him, "Where is your brother?" Theoretically, Cain should have responded, "I just killed him. Is that a problem?" God had not yet said we're not allowed to murder. But Cain's conscience knew, and so he was evasive. Am I my brother's keeper? Giving us a conscience was not enough, because God also gave us free will. God's next attempt was in the Noah story, where biblical exegesis finds the 7 Noahide laws. Note that these laws were universal. They were not given only to the Israelites, who didn't even exist yet. The first 11 chapters of Genesis address the entire world, and these commandments were given to the entire world. So what are the 7? Not to worship idols, not to blaspheme God, not to commit murder, not to commit incest, not to steal, not to eat flesh torn from a living animal, and to establish courts of justice. As I said, human beings have free will. And the mere existence of these 7 laws were not enough to teach us to be good, because goodness does not come naturally. It has to be taught. How often do parents have to remind their children about manners or how to get along with others, like sharing a toy? Attempt number 2 didn't work much better than attempt number 1. Again, we, not God, failed. But when we did, God made his 3rd attempt. God gave us a set of explicit moral laws, the core of which is the 10 Commandments.
Hey!
And this time, God assigned a certain people, the nation of Israel, to bring these laws to the world. When Christianity was born, Christians became the partners of the Jewish people in this task, bringing divine morality to corners of the world that the Jewish people could not reach. So did this 3rd attempt finally succeed? Well, I would argue that the 3rd attempt is still being played out. To us, it's been around for thousands of years, and that's a long time to us, but it might just be the blink of an eye from God's perspective. For this attempt to be successful, I believe we must all be active partners with God in creating good people, through the example of our own behavior and through the teaching of the importance of goodness and how to achieve it. As I have said in other videos, I believe that even a confirmed atheist would have to acknowledge that the world would be better off if every person on earth followed the 10 Commandments, and conversely, the world would be even worse if every person on earth broke all 10 Commandments. Making good people is not easy, not even for God. But I can think of no more important endeavor to undertake than the spreading of goodness over the face of the earth. That is my ultimate issue for this week. I hope you found this video worthwhile. If so, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube. Consider supporting our efforts to address the ultimate issues of life by becoming a patron of the channel through the link in the box at the bottom of the video. And of course, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell. You can subscribe by clicking on my face right over here, or watch my last video by clicking on its icon right over there. As ever, until next time, Shabbat Shalom.